Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Upsurge Contenders League. I am Joe Helmut Silva, joined here tonight by Robert Sordo Santiago. We are here with Reapers playing against Honey BEEsports in the last week of the UCL. We are already here in the Champ Select here in Pro Draft, and let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Yeah, no, Aatrox's already taken off the table. And I mean, to continue on your point, yeah, this match is actually very important for Reapers. Not so much for Honey BEEsports. They're 6-0, and more importantly, they are 12-0. They have yet to lose a game in the UCL at this point in time. Thing is, for Reapers, they are going to have to do what seems like the impossible here and try to take a series off of Honey BEEsports if they intend to make it to playoffs. We also see Lux being taken off the table. And one more thing to note here is that Honey BEEsports will lose both of their first two bans, as we see the Teemo Hubber. You know, just because we can't let Noob Rack up in here, can't let that roaming support up in here.
Keep the new Brax away, get the Teemo out of there. That is just a throwaway ban to make things go a little bit faster for BEEsports. As you said, they are down 2 bans for being late into the lobby. So really going to hamper Honey BEEsports here in this first series as they don't have all 3 bans. But like you said, haven't dropped a game yet. Is that even going to be that much of a disadvantage?
I don't know if it will be. Their roster seems very deep, and they even have, I believe it was a sub top laner in this match. So it's not I don't think they're all too worried about it. I'm pretty sure they are just locked into first place. Even if they drop this series, the fact that they're 12-0 in their record means that they are secured for the first seed going into playoffs, which again is massive. You get the easier, well, quote unquote, easier team in the playoffs to start it off because it'll be 1 versus 4. And you should basically book your ticket towards finals in that case. So for Honey BEEsports, they're already looking really good. We might even see one of those LCS troll games. You never know. Maybe Honey BEEsports is just going to just try to rampage all over Reapers here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It looks like we are having some degree of bugginess right here with the lobby. They are attempting to ban out champions, and it is not going through. So we may end up having to remake the lobby depending on how things go. No, looks like we got it fixed up. That is going to be the Yumi ban taken away. Bunch of messages going back and forth, but it looks like we got it fixed, so we will be going ahead. And yeah, this is do or die time for Reapers. Like you were saying, they have to try and punch their ticket here. They have to try and take the series off of Honey BEEsports. They are actually running their main top laner here tonight in over numerousness up in the top lane for Honey BEEsports. So this is not Honey BEEsports lying down and saying we're 6-0, we don't have to worry about this. This is Honey BEEsports bringing their A game.
No, and I mean this is going to be very difficult for them. They have to do the impossible here. They have to beat Honey BEEsports. Karma going to be locked in as the first pick going over to Reapers. And I mean, we've started to see after the changes to Karma, her being played a bit more support. We've seen her go into the mid lane as well. So it's not the most uncommon pick. Olaf going to be hovered and locked in as the first pick. A very aggressive jungler here. And especially versus something like Karma. If you can empower the Olaf, he can just run through the backline and kill everyone in sight.
Yeah, definitely need to take that off the table here. Honey BEEsports maybe trying to go for the early win and thinking about their last pick here. Important to note as well, Mordekaiser is back on the table here for UCL games, so will be exciting to see if any teams value that pick if they want to go for that. Honey BEEsports, though, saying we don't care about our top laner or mid laner quite yet. We will go ahead and lock the Sivir, who's still quite good even after the nerfs on the last patch.
Well, I mean, she's still probably the best ADC in meta at the moment. The only other ones that really compare to her right now are Jinx, Twitch in win rates. But for the team composition, Sivir is still probably one of the S tier ADCs. Her wave clear is insane. She's able to push enemy ADCs into tower. The only one that can really deal with her maybe is the Xayah if they pick the Rakan with it. It would be a really good and strong lane for them. There aren't many things more powerful than Xayah Rakan. They're going to go with the Azir instead. So this probably confirms the fact that it will be Karma Xayah bot lane facing off against that Sivir.
Yeah, which won't have quite the same amount of pushing pressure, but Xayah still very good wave clear with the double daggers and clean cuts, getting a lot of that damage down on the wave as it streams towards you. So we'll see if the Zaya Karma can sort of equalize the lane here. And Honey Bee Sports, this is going to be asynchronous picks. They can't pick both their mid and their support. Hovering on the Nautilus, actually, that will just be straight away locked in. So, Nautilus, are we likely to see that top lane, or is that going to be a support pick instead?
That'll be 100% a support pick. Nautilus has become one of the top tier support picks. The amount of CC and the length of his hook has just boosted him all the way towards the top, and especially when things like Karma, Jana, Soraka, Sona are in meta, if you land a hook onto carries like those, or onto supports like those, and you're able to blow them up almost instantaneously, that has massive implications into how a team fight and how a lane can go. So Nautilus Sivir, something not to be underestimated, that with lethal tempo, they can do a hell of a lot of damage.
Definitely a scary one to look at. Honeybee Sports is going to take the Karthus off the table, followed by Reapers taking away the Vladimir. So a couple of mages being removed from the pool here, and really looking to try and set up a solid mid lane here. Honeybee Sports will also take away the Rek'Sai. So a lot of the really premier junglers taken away, and a couple of strong solo laners as well for Reapers, trying to make sure that they can get a good lane matchup for the Azir.
And no, just double jungle bans. Silas being hovered here as a ban, though, which is very interesting. We haven't really seen much of Silas that much anymore after a few nerfs to him. The Kingslayer receiving a nerf, the E receiving a nerf, the fact that you need to hit something to get the shield. You haven't really seen him all too much. Vel'Koz is going to be picked up though. Great pick into Azir, but a lot of outplay there. Azir can always Shurima shuffle around the Vel'Koz Ray and, disrupt the team fight completely. And especially into something like this, if you're able to push the Sivir Vel'Koz forward, they almost instantaneously die here. Gnar being hovered as the blind pick, though, it's kind of questionable because a lot of the counters that he will face are still on the table. It's going to be locked in, though.
Yeah, maybe Reapers looking for the big Gnar Azir wombo combo, throw everybody into the Emperor's Divide. But
Okay.
I do think the Vel'Koz pick, to sort of return to that in a little bit, as the Trundle's locked in for the jungle for Reapers, the Vel'Koz pick I think is really good if Honey Bee Sports can lock in another strong top laner to play behind, as that's so much damage from the backside. All they need is a little bit of initiation, a little bit more beef, and I think this is a really solid composition from Honey Bee Sports.
Oh yeah, no, definitely going just a solid standard team comp. The mage in the mid lane, support, and jungler as a tank. Pick an Ezreal here though, and okay,
Ooh.
huh?
Yeah.
Things just got a little bit spicy here from Honey Bee Sports. I can go, a bunch of different ways, unless we're told otherwise. No,
Yeah,
it is the Ezreal. Okay.
yeah, Ezreal locked in. So that probably is going to be Ezreal in the jungle then. You might be expecting the Olaf up in the top lane to face off against the Gnar with the Nautilus as the support pick. So really flexing muscles here for Honey Bee Sports playing the Ezreal jungle. And we'll have to see what Kakagurui can do on that pick, as it is still quite strong with the double buffs, best champion in the game in the early stages when you have doubles. So have to see how he pilots that champ. Or alternatively, it could be flexed around. The Vel'Koz could potentially go support. We'll have to see what Honeybee Sports have planned for this pick.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things that can be here. We kind of just have to wait until they lock into their positions. And it could be Ezreal mid, Vel'Koz support, Nautilus top. It can be, so many different combinations of things that we haven't seen Ezreal jungle in a hot minute. So, but it's something that can abuse the Trundle early game, which is what you want. Trundle, still think that's a great pick. Can disrupt the Vel'Koz ult. Can stop the engage coming out from Nautilus. Slow down the Sivir. Overall, really good pick and something that's slowly coming back into meta, which I'm starting to like. It has been a very solid counter to Sejuani. As we look at the client, Ezreal going to be locked in, and that's going to be Ezreal top, the Olaf
Very,
jungle.
yeah, very
Interesting.
interesting. Exactly. To see that played in the top lane of the Gnar, especially with a lot of the other counters that were available over Numerousness deciding instead, hey, just give me the Ezreal. We'll be able to do it, stay safe, probably bully the Gnar out. So I have no experience with this matchup, so we'll have to see how this ends up playing out.
I mean, if we think about it, right? When Nar goes Mega, Ezreal can just abuse the hell out of him. So I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. And if Gnar walks forward, he can always just get Q poke, Q farm from Ezreal. So over numberness might be, the 200 IQ here. Might be thinking into the future here. Maybe Ezreal top is the new wave.
Please, dear God, don't let that happen. I get enough of that in my solo queue games. Nobody do this, but should be quite interesting. I do like this pick into the Gnar here, but this does mean that it's going to be the Olaf and into the Trundle in the jungle. So expecting to see, I think, a lot of these two junglers kind of skirmishing with each other, Kakaguri versus Nuez here. I would expect to see a lot of fighting around these two junglers around the early Scuttle Crabs, really trying to play in the top lane and keep their sort of carry top laner safe.
I mean, really does depend how Kaguri plays that early game and what rune he takes. If he goes into Predator, he's just looking to gank over and over and over again, be that engage with the Sivir ultimate coming behind him. But if he's going that Conqueror, he's definitely looking to fight that Trundle. And Trundle, his healing doesn't really come in until level 6 unless he's, killing minions. So it's a very good matchup for him. But I mean, for me, the thing that I'm more looking at is that bot lane, right? You have a very hard kill lane with that Sivir Nautilus, but on top of that, the Sivir can just push and farm. But then you also have the Xayah Karma that has a lot of sustain, and if the Xayah goes lethal tempo, you're kind of securing a very hard carry into the late game. The only issue that I foresee right now is for Reaper. Their tank line is very situational, and it depends a lot on who Trundle steals the stats from, and if Gnar can get into Mega Gnar by the time the team fight starts.
Yeah, definitely going to need to be very careful about how they pick their fights for the side of Reaper. Whereas I think Honey Sports have the ability to just kind of say, go and use the Nautilus, press the R button, press the Q button, and just get a fight started on the right foot. And I think as long as Honey Sports are the ones initiating the fight, the Sivir is free to DPS, the Ezreal is free to DPS. That's a free Vel'Koz ultimate over the top. This is a very scary composition if they get ahead, as they have the ability to just press the go button and get tons of damage down. But I think a lot of this is going to be dependent on how the mid lane is going to go, as RE10 on the Azir, maybe not the best matchup into the Vel'Koz, but if he can get ahead, Vel'Koz very squishy, not able to survive the Azir damage if the Azir can get going.
Yeah, but Baboom is taking the teleport here. So he already knows that he can't really fight the Azir. The Azir will be poking him out with the lethal tempo soldiers. So as long as Baboom is able to farm, kind of absorb some pressure coming out from the Trundle, then it should be okay for him regardless.
Yeah, I'll have to see how that play out. Real quick before we start getting going into the delay, I have to ask, who is your money on to win this game 1?
I mean, do you really bet against the 12-0 team though?
I mean, you can. It's an option.
I mean, I'm not going to. I think Honey BEEsports does have the better team composition. And if they're able to execute it correctly, the Olaf is just going to be able to run through everyone. Ezreal, I assume he's going to go towards that Iceborne Gauntlet. Going to be able to slow anyone coming towards him, which is massive. They have a lot of slows, a lot of CC, and a lot more than what Reapers can offer right now.
Yeah, definitely not going to disagree with you there. We are going to be hopping into a quick intermission before game 1, but before we go, we do want to make a quick plug for our sponsor, Kono. If you're looking to take your game to the next level, it starts with your peripherals. From keyboards to keycaps, mice, and more, our friends at Kono have got you covered. They work with the world's best designers, inventors, and makers to bring you some of the best gaming peripherals around, and they've been huge supporters of us here at Upsurge and made generous contributions to our prize pool. Head over to kono.store to check out all they have to offer. And we will be right back when we get into game 1. Don't go anywhere. We have Reapers versus Honey BEEsports coming up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on the Rift for Game 1 of Reapers versus Honey BEEsports. On the blue side, of course, we do have the underdog Reapers with AR actually AFK up at the top lane, Nuez in the jungle, RE10 in the mid lane, Rakari at AD carry, and Mucho Gosu at support.
Yeah, no, and the undefeated Honey BEEsports lining up on the red side. It's over numberous. Guri in the jungle, Baboom in the mid lane, Danny Cute Body in the ADC, and I enjoy losing in support. I mean, they haven't enjoyed losing though. What the hell?
Yeah, I
Right?
enjoy losing has been very upset over the last couple
No,
of
get
weeks
him out of here.
because, yeah, they haven't lost at
No.
all, so have
Lost
to
a
see how
single
it goes.
game.
Yeah.
What are we? Week 7?
Yes.
Have yet to lose a game through 7 weeks. Jeez, like that must be rough. You know, just
Yeah.
low key.
If you enjoy losing and your team wins every single game for 6 weeks, I think you're a little tilted at this point. Maybe you're trying to throw the game a little bit here, but we'll have to see if the rest of the team can rein him in, as we do have the red buff start here for for Reapers. We do have the blue buff start over for Honey BEEsports, and no leash for the Olaf as well. Important to note.
Okay, see, I like this. I like this a lot. Because, again, with Olaf, the lower he gets, the higher his healing is, the higher his attack speed is. Really good. So, especially on blue side, or on red side, you can start that blue buff, get extremely low, and you'll have the HP necessary to just solo clear through it. By the time you get to the red buff, you'll be at about, half HP. You take the red buff, go towards the Scuttle Crab, you'll be at full HP by the end of the clear. Now, this is really good poke here onto Danny, and that's kind of what you get for getting that early ward while your ADC is out of position.
Yeah, definitely exploiting that, and you do have to worry about the karma damage here in the early stages of the game. If I enjoy losing, can't find hooks, can't find ways to set up, Mucho Gosu is just going to get a ton of damage down. So we actually see over numerousness really bringing the pain up in the top lane, trying to get those Kleptomancy stacks.
And interesting to see the fact that Danny Cutebody decided to go fleet footwork here.
Oh, hook's
That's
gonna
a good
land.
hook though.
Yeah, Mucho Gosu, though, is going to be able to just walk away and trade some damage back on the backside here, so not able to find the fight quite yet.
But again, a big cooldown was used in the recall. So now, for the side of Honey BEEsports, they should be able to deal with the lane a little bit better. Pot was used by Danny, though. That is massive. But again, look at these Kleptomancy stacks just being used. But boom, just getting destroyed right now in the mid lane. And that's the power of Azir. He actually decided to go into the Comet just for the lane dominance. And that's really starting to show.
Yeah, the Azir able to get so much damage down. Vel'Koz just not enough HP to survive the constant Azir poke. Will have to play safe, probably end up giving up a CS lead here. He is still ahead for the moment, but we'll have to see how that continues to go. It's very quiet junglers so far. I say as Kakaguri looking at the top side over numerousness, maybe trying to bait here, goes low on HP. If the Olaf comes up, but that is going to be a simple hop away. Nothing doing.
The thing is, we look at that top lane. It's already a 300 gold lead in favor of Ezreal. Not to mention the gold lead that's already going on with the jungle. So overall, this is looking really good for Honey BEEsports. That's
gonna go in on a Rakari. He's gonna take a bunch of damage here, but the root does come through in order to break up the fight. Now trying to trade back. That is not going to be the Blade Caller quite connecting with the root, and both these bot laners forced to walk away, taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Danny Cutebody will be able just to auto minions and get HP back, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Xayah forced to use the pot there, and now nothing else to come of it. Could look for the hook, not going to go for anything yet. And yes, like you said, it's a very quiet game from the junglers here, which is kind of surprising. That Olaf really likes to gank early. He might be looking to go towards bot lane here, though. Trundle might be here to get the counter gank off.
Yeah, as here they go. This is going to be I enjoy losing. Walking up, he is going to actually burn the flash in order to get the stun down. The ignite is there, and Kakagurui is here. Teleport is going to be channeled as they try to trade it back down on the Danny Cutebody. He has burned the flash. He's going to get out, but that is going to be first blood picked up by Kakagurui. They now have to run for their lives as Nuez has shown up. The Gnar is in. I enjoy losing. There's nowhere to go. AR actually AFK, taking that kill. And that is going to be a very nice counter gank here from Reapers in order to stay in the game.
I don't think that's the worst trade in the world. You get the first blood gold and the assist on to 2. but you do get the assist onto 3 plus the kill. So it's not the worst thing for both sides, giving up first blood and then getting the return kill with a lot of assist gold tied onto it as well. Not the worst thing. Still a 700 gold lead here, looking towards Honey BEEsports. And I mean, a lot of this is formed from the jungle and the top lane. Looking at top lane, it's starting to even out a little bit. This jungle CS difference is starting to prove dividends here. Most of the gold lead is towards the Olaf here in the early.
Yeah, I've been able to get his farm on, and important to note here as well, Over's numerousness, who was taken very, very low in those early top lane trades, was able to just teleport back to the lane and start working away at that tower plating. So instead of teleporting to join the play, he is sort of being a little bit greedy and working on his own. So really hoping, Honey BEEsports are really hoping Over numerousness can just keep farming up, keep getting the gold going, instead of helping the team out as the Gnar did.
Now, the thing is, the Gnar got a kill, but he's down 10 CS and down a lot of Kleptomancy gold. So the Ezreal now sitting at about a 200 gold lead. And this overall entails a 1,000 gold lead 6 minutes into the game. And this is what you want to see from Honey BEEsports. This is kind of what you expect from Honey BEEsports at this point. As RE10 is starting to eat a bit of the damage from Baboom. Now that he's come back, he still has teleport, mind you. So this might be a good time. Does get spotted on a ward though. Nuez gonna be forced to try to do something here, walking up towards the blue buff though.
Oh, actually,
that's the Gnar. Oh, hello.
Unfortunately, is gonna miss the Gnar here. Get some more Kleptomancy procs on the backside over numerousness. And yeah, Nuez really looking to sort of exploit this bottom lane and get the Xayah Karma ahead. You can see that's sort of been his focus. He's always been there on the bottom side. But this might actually be Kakagurui maybe looking for something here on the bot side of the map.
I mean, the Infernal Drake is up, so that's kind of everyone's focus at the moment. And again, we're just seeing the domination coming out from Over numerousness. Whew. Names are difficult, you know.
A mouthful of a name, I have to say.
Yep. But he is still generating a lot of gold from that Kleptomancy. And, you know, that kill that he got may or may not just be, you know, gone just due to the fact that Kleptomancy is stacking really well for him. I don't know how much gold he's gotten directly from Kleptomancy, but whew, it is quite a lot. As we see the Infernal Dragon being sneaked there, that's the power of Olaf. He's able to do it super early into the game, and Nuez just not able to respond to it. They had vision on it though with the Scuttle Crabs. So.
Oh. Not expecting Kakagurui to go for it as Over numerousness. Maybe looking for the trade here as he misses the skill shots. Actually AFK. He is going to go all the way in. Fires a point blank ultimate. It actually kills him. The flash was burned there at the very end for actually AFK. And that's going to be the kill going over and the flash cooldown here.
See, I thought for like a second, I thought it was the Ezreal flash to try to, you know, set up, okay, now you got to dodge between the Q and the ult, but apparently not. AFK, you know, just flashing, into the ultimate. So unfortunate there. Great job by Over numerousness. Starting to get really far ahead and pulling away. Now the gold lead at about 800. And 1,000 gold lead in the jungle. Equates to Honey BEEsports. Looking really good right now.
Yeah, definitely looking very strong. 2,000 gold lead with the Infernal Drake sitting in their back pocket here. So they do have the scaling unlocked. But I think an important thing to note here as well is that Honey BEEsports comp doesn't necessarily scale super well. The Olaf is going to be a champion that falls off as the game goes on. The Nautilus will not be near, it will take him a lot longer to sort of become the super tank that we're used to seeing from top lane or jungle Nautiluses. So definitely looking to try and end this game as early as they can, but 10 minutes almost into the game so far. No towers have gone down as RE10 does shuffle himself to safety. Kakagurui will not go underneath the tower. Honey BEEsports may be struggling a little bit here to get the early game, as much early game pressure down as they need.
I know, definitely. My thing is, I'm pretty sure they changed Essence Reaver.
Oh, RE10 actually goes all the way in. He's going to get the knockback onto Baboom, who flashes away. Looks like he will try to get himself out to safety as Over numerousness takes some damage in the top lane. Baboom is going to be running, looking for the pillar from Nuez, but Rakari is there. Baboom knows he's gone, and he gets boomed. Goes down. Kakagurui now on the top side. He's going to be going for actually AFK. The Gnar has nowhere to go. Over numerousness picks that one up. Kills traded across the map.
You know, really well done there by both teams. Baboom trying to get away, but ended up having just 4 people in his lane. You hate when that happens. That's a good
land on
poke
the
here.
Mucho goes to here. He takes a bunch of damage. It goes down almost instantly. I enjoy losing. Picks that one up. Recari now trying to trade back. The Nautilus is getting very, very low. As here comes the Feather Sword. Flashes are burned from both champions, but the stopwatch is going to keep him alive. DQ body flashing under the tower. He stalls on the auto attack, but does take it down. That's going to be 2 kills picked from the bottom lane for Honey BEEsports, and all of a sudden, this game is breaking open.
Yeah, no, that's most likely just going to be the top tower going down as well. And over numerousness, just opening this game wide open, as well as the play from the bot lane. Danny Cute Body able just to get the auto attacks there, but that's also going to be a tower traded in the mid lane as well. And as we know, mid lane towers do create a lot of pressure. But again, on the bot lane, they are catching so many turret platings. Ends up getting 2 turret platings there, plus the double kill. Top lane ends up getting 5 turret platings. It is just disgusting amounts of money. Hello, this is the United Bank of Money, and we're just going to be taking everything in for us. 3k gold lead in favor of Honey BEEsports, and now they're looking to the Rift Herald, which will, again, look towards more turret plating.
Gotta get that money is the strategy for Honey BEEsports here, and they will probably be able to break off a ton of plates if they want to deploy that down in the mid lane here, as Baboom will pick up a solo plate for himself, trying to extend that gold lead. Honey BEEsports, all of a sudden, they find the kills across the map, and they're looking in a very good spot now going forward.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you look at both ADCs, a bunch of components are built. We're kind of just waiting on both of them to finish up Essence Reaver. And it looks like they're just going to go straight into IE right after, which, you know, interesting buys to say the least. But again, 3k gold lead already 12 minutes into the game, and it's looking great for them. They put Baboom into the bot lane. He will have teleport coming up in about a minute, so it is good to have him there. And they know that AR actual AFK does not have teleport. So to have him bot lane is kind of difficult. You lose a lot of objective power towards the top lane. But again, Dragon is spawning in 15 seconds, so that will most likely be the next objective.
Right, you do see RE10 visiting the top side, trying to push that wave back out. As Rift Herald is going to be summoned here in the mid lane, trying to break off some more of these plates. If Honey BEEsports can defend it, I enjoy losing stepping up in order to make sure Shelly gets off her charge.
I know they want to get this charge off before the turret plates go down. They will, and that's just whew, money in the pockets there. Shelly does go down though, unfortunately. Trying to get one more turret plating there. It's gonna be the Ezreal ult, missing everyone.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's more impressive than him hitting it to field gold it through 4 people. I think that's more impressive than actually hitting the ulti.
Yeah, actually, that's an ability missing that you're more surprised that it missed than it hit, and that's saying something. But they will still have the pressure here, trying to break off that one last plate, as a lot of the pressure is going to be focused here on the mid lane as the dragon is spawning up. Kakaguri might be trying to go for that instead while his team continues to pressure, but Baboom is caught out here. Nuez is trying to go in. He's looking for the damage. Baboom does have a great knockback on the tectonic destruction, but he is slowed up by the pillar. He does go down. Nuez is going to pick that one up here. And this is going to be his team, though, securing the Ocean Dragon on the backside of his sacrifice.
Yeah, a lot of pressure lost in that bot lane, though. But again, the Ocean Dragon is taken over by Honey BEEsports. Another Infernal Dragon will be spawning in 4 minutes, 45 seconds. So that will most likely be everyone's focus once that comes up. But now, the thing that they want to get is that mid lane. Sivir forced to go down towards the bot lane to clear against actually AFK. And I mean, that's just a great matchup for the Sivir right now. She can just QW, she's safe for the most part, the stun gets spell shielded, and she's all good regardless.
Yeah, now Reaper's actually rotating the Azir towards the top side of the map. He will be starting to come back, but the question is, do they have the wave clear to keep the tower alive? Yes, they do. The Xayah, like we were talking about earlier, does have that really great line. Wave clear has the Essence Reaver to sort of be able to push forever. It's going to take a lot of energy and time in order for Honey BEEsports to pick this tower up, and time is not necessarily on their side here.
Yeah, no, definitely. But again, they're still generating a gold lead regardless.
Oh, Wolf's actually going to land here. The Shreever Shuffle immediately comes back. The dash is going to be out. RE10 is going to go down. The Ezreal trying to damage underneath the tower while his Nautilus tanks, but the Nautilus does die. Nuez picks up another kill for himself here. 1-for-1 trade at the end of the day.
Yeah, no special used by Sivir though, so that's going to be a bit of an issue for her in the bot lane if Gnar decides to dive, which I don't really recommend. Sivir with both summoners up at the moment. Definitely not to play to make. Again, a lot of the wave clear is lost, and oh my goodness, Ezreal damage.
Real damage for you, yep.
You hit him with the, I'm a for fun player, I play Ezreal. I just Q you and take a lot of damage.
Yeah. The tower finally does
He's
go down.
forward now.
Pressuring out, but here comes the Featherstorm. Flashes burn, but it's not far enough. He's going to try and turn it around with the ultimate here. Does not get the damage through. Ricari is going to survive and pick up the shutdown gold there in exchange for the mid lane tower finally falling. Here you go. Kakagurui is going to find the team looking for the Plasma Fission to connect. It does not, though. This is going to be Honey BEEsports forced to back away.
Yeah, we kind of saw the same issue yesterday with Ezreal's in the UML. The fact that they would just E forward and then die almost instantaneously. And I don't know. It's just a respect thing that people just fail to do. Going to be the Meganar coming out here. Just trying to CS against the Sivir. Actually is able to catch up quite a bit here. So the Gnar will eventually be relevant. Nautilus is coming down to support Danny Cute Body. And most likely just push the wave and back towards that Essence Reaver. 4 people towards the bot side, though. This is not where you want to be. That's the hook landed.
He's going to land underneath the tower. Not expecting so many people to be here. The root is going to land. The flash is going to be forced away here. Not a hook you actually wanted to follow in there, as there were 4 people down towards that bottom side. Summoner spell blown for free.
I think the moment he hit the hook and he saw everyone there, he's like, oh, well, I can't go back on this. You know, just got to commit.
Yeah, actually, speaking of committing, they are going to commit to the team fight here. Nuez is going to try and get the damage down, but here comes the Olaf. He is unstoppable. He is going in. I enjoy losing, barely surviving for just a little bit longer. He's not able to hook himself out to safety. Nuez forced to flash away immediately upon getting the kill over Nuez, just firing out the True Shot Barrage. He clips Nuez, but Nuez is going to be able to walk away here. The Olaf did pick up the second kill onto Gosu, and Nuez can get out. The turret will fall down, though, in the bottom side. Honey BEEsports continuing the aggressive plays.
And no, even though they lose 1 in the Nautilus, they take back 2 regardless, and they take the tower. So now the entire bot side jungle will be taken for Nuez. He will lose the red buff, and now a 5k gold lead has bubbled. Again, even though it may not look like it, the gold lead is ever getting bigger for the side of Honey BEEsports. Bot T2 tower taken to about half HP. Actually AFK trying to get the Meganar. Not able to get it though. 4 people towards the bot side yet again, as the Infernal Dragon is 45 seconds away from coming alive here.
And that Plasma Fission connecting on the actually AFK was actually quite good, as this means Meganar will not be on the table. He's going to try and use it the best he can. Flash for flash, though. And now he is all by himself. He is going to get life form disintegrated. Olaf is going to pop the Ragnarok. He is going in, trying to look for the damage. Mucho Gosu is going to force him to back away. RE10, though, is going to get hooked in here. He should be going down. He gets the Stream Shuffle off in the end, but it doesn't matter. Over Numerousness takes that kill. And Honey BEEsports turn it on. They get the frags, and they are looking in prime condition for this dragon spawning.
Kakaguri, unstoppable by the way, just runs through everyone. And that's kind of what he just wants to do. He wants to disrupt everyone. Infernal Dragon coming up in 5 seconds, and that's going to be the second Infernal Drag. Most likely going over to Honey BEEsports. Hook lands on the Karma. I don't think this is where you want to be.
Going on the supportal combat, but little did he know, Mucho Gosu brought friends. Teleport is actually going to be channeled here for actually AFK. Looking for a play on the backside. The dragon is going to fall down. Baboom does not have flash available here. He is going to get caught by the boomerang toss. This should be an easy kill here, picked up for actually AFK. Baboom still staying alive for just a little bit longer. He's going to go down. Kakaguri's trying to trade back, but there's nothing he can do. Shutdown goal picked up from Mucho Gosu. Now this is going to be the rest of Honey BEEsports trying to run away. They are zoned out by the pillar. True Shot Barrage goes out, but over Numerousness can't take a kill with it. And that's going to be Reapers finding something back in the wake of this dragon falling.
Yeah, very overzealous there coming out from Honey BEEsports. You don't really want to be doing that. You let the support die. You let Baboom die because he missed position. There's really no need for Kakaguri to go in there and just feed another kill over. Big shutdowns coming over. Olaf giving up a 850 kill towards Karma here. So it's not the worst person to give it to. Will be able to work towards the Ardent Sensor and finish the Ardent Sensor now. So that's a big empowerment going over towards the Xayah here. As we hit that 20-minute mark, And now Baron is on the table. Even though Honey BEEsports are still in the lead, the Baron take coming out from the side of Reapers is still really strong regardless.
And they do have a lot of damage, can shred that quite quickly, especially thanks to the Nourish percent HP damage, the Azir coming out, the Xayah as well coming online now, spiking at 2 items, does have the attack speed built up. And again, I think this is a game that Honey BEEsports want to end sooner rather than later. They do have some scaling, but this has not been as one-sided as you would expect given Honey BEEsports' record.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now, this is where you want to be if you're Honey BEEsports. You have a composition that scales into the mid game, and you want to be pushing the advantage. The only person that's really not as strong as you would like is Baboom, but he does have the CS to back himself up, so he's not as behind as what he would be if he didn't have, you know, almost 200 CS at 21 minutes. But nevertheless, he is still able to compete with Azir, who is still sitting at 0-2, and the CS that he has is not able to match that of Baboom at this point.
Yeah, not quite, and hasn't contributed nearly as much to the team so far, but Kakaguri is actually going to get caught out here in enemy territory, get some damage down, and the pressure is going to be here towards the mid-top side of the map as the Baron has spawned, and this is just the siege coming out from Honey BEEsports trying to get some damage down with all of their skill shot damage.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the power of Ezreal. He's able just to poke out with the Vel'Koz as well. Olaf throwing out his axes. And Sivir with the
Anybody actually caught, forced to flash away here.
Yeah, good flash. He knew that he was going to get Shurima shuffled if he did not use the flash. Great job by him. RE10 though, getting really low. So is Nuez.
Yeah, lots of damage is going to be dealt here. The Ezreal still eating forward, but he can't close out that kill. So this is going to be a lots of damage down into the jungler and mid laner here for Reapers, forcing them away. And Honey BEEsports now will fall back towards the Dragon. Actually, AFK is bottom side without teleport, and the Baron is started.
Yeah, no, this will most likely just be the Baron here. Jungler is about 10, maybe 15 seconds away. Xayah is there. I don't really think she'll be able to do much of anything. Getting down, and that will be the Baron secured here. Ezreal going forward though, flash burn by the Xayah.
Xayah will be able to get out. The Baron is going to fall, and there is nothing that Reapers could do there. Their jungler was in base, their top laner wasn't even in the vicinity. It's like they're trying to find something on the backside, but RE10 taking half his HP from one Vel'Koz Q. They can't give chase, and this is going to give so much power to Honey BEEsports.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, this is what you expect from Honey BEEsports. Like, you expect them just to be able to build a gold lead from basically nothing. There was such a gold differential coming out from the top lane until actually AFK teleported towards the bot lane. But even at that point, Over Numerousness was still able to build a gold lead, even though actually AFK got a kill there. Was able to take the first tower top, was able to go into the bot lane, take the towers there, go mid, take the towers there with the Rift Herald, and those tower platings stack up little by little. I think it was something around 10 platings that they got, maybe even more than that throughout this game. And this is going to be yet another ocean drag, most likely going over to them, unless they try to look for a fight here.
Yeah, it's trying to set up, pop down the vision. Ocean Dragon would be quite good. Allow the Vel'Koz and the Ezreal to both spam to their heart's content with not having to worry about mana here. As the Dragon has spawned, and this is going to be Reapers trying to check in the area, not to give up the Dragon without a fight, but they may just want to see this attack in Brewery. And get some damage down to Nuez. The Pillar will try to break up the fight. Vel'Koz channeling the ultimate, not able to quite get it, but does get Nuez's flash here. Once again, the Trundle is chunked out, and that's an objective that Honey BEEsports will be able to take for free.
Yep, Ezreal just solo doing the Drake over there. Already has 3 items, and this is the thing about Ezreal. His build is so low economy and does so much damage regardless that it kind of just becomes a nuisance at this point. I enjoy losing. Look for the hook.
Hook actually is going to land onto the Trundle, and he is eviscerated instantly. Mucho goes to force to flash away, but he's going to get flashed on and finished as here comes the Gnar. He's looking for the damage, but he doesn't quite have it. Actually, AFK goes down. DDQ body follows as well. Kakaguri, though, finishes off the kill on the backside. The Xayah goes down. The ace is picked up, and Honey BEEsports might be just looking to try and end the game here.
Yeah, once the next minion wave comes, I enjoy losing is going over to get it. Luckily enough, he got the red buff, surprisingly. So he will be able to regen back up. And yes, like you said, this might just be the game here. Death timers are around 20 seconds. Nuez is coming up in 10. Mucho Gosu is coming up in 3. Maybe they might be able to hold this off. I don't know if they'll be able to. See if they go for the end here. No, they're just going to play it safe. Go and, clear the rest of the jungle. Take it back. You don't really have any other objectives coming up for another 3 minutes. So it does allow for Reapers to breathe just a little bit. As Kakiguri is going to go towards the top lane, though. 3 people running up here.
Oh, actually, here we go. Tower does go down. Unstoppable is going to be burned. Ragnarok trying to finish off RE10. He is going to be able to take it. Shut down, though. Picked up on the backside from Rakari. A bit of a greedy play for Kakagurui, but he gets the kill and he gets the tower. So that's just insult to injury on top of everything else that Honey BEEsports have already taken from Reapers.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, 10k gold lead at 16 minutes. And the thing is, the kills, there's not that many kills. Most people think, when there's a 10k gold lead, oh, it's a slaughtering kills, blah, blah, blah. It's not really the case here. 6 towers to 1 here. CS leads in every single lane except for ADC. And that's just going to bubble your lead up to this, 10k mark. So, really great job. Really well rotated around by Honey BEEsports. And this is kind of what you expect coming out from the first place team.
Yeah, they are not 6-0 for no reason. The macro play we've seen on display here, the skill at which they've been able to play the early game, generate the gold lead, and just grind out advantages against a team that was really trying to play safe and not give them any openings, really is a testament to how well Honey BEEsports have played this out. But the game is not quite over yet. Reapers, do they have a chance of coming back?
Again, this game now becomes Honey BEEsports' game to lose. And it becomes very difficult for Reapers to come back in. If they're able to stall for the next, 20 minutes, let that Xayah get online, let the Trundle get a bit more tanky, maybe get the Gnar on 1 or 2 more items, then there's a possibility to come back. But the way that Honey BEEsports is playing, I don't think they're going to be letting off the throttle anytime soon, and I don't really foresee a way that Reapers can come back into this game.
Reapers backs against the wall here with the Baron spawning shortly, trying to hold their waves in position. They do have the Gnar in the bot lane with a teleport this time around, so can match the Ezreal, will be able to join fights. And this is just going to be the constant poke here from over the wall with the Vel'Koz. As the waves are getting crashed into the top lane tower there, Rakari is finally showing up to start getting that damage down.
And no one has Baron anymore. Baron will be spawning in about 30 seconds. So that's most likely what the next objective is going to be. They are just pushing in the lanes here. Top lane, the next priority. While you let over numerousness just push the bot lane. Gnar not really able to fight him. Ends up going the Black Cleaver into Deadman. There isn't really much he can do. Ignite goes on to Olaf.
To burn the Ragnarok, as the Vel'Koz will use the Life Orb Disintegration way to save him for a little bit longer. The Trundle is going to be able to take the kill, though, and walks out so high on HP. Over numerousness, though, with the snipe on the backside. Actually, AFK takes a ton of damage. He's trying to get that Mega Gnar going. I Enjoy Losing is going to stun up the Azir. He's going to take down the Azir. Gets knocked back, but he is not dead yet. DDQ body trying to trade, but there's nothing he can do. But now Over numerousness has joined the fight. He's looking for the kill onto actually AFK. Gets the Mystic Shot. Rakari now all by himself. He's taking a bunch of damage to the minions and dies. That is a second ace now picked up. The teleport is going to be channeled here for the Ezreal, and this is probably going to be the game here for Honey BEEsports.
Yeah, there's nothing more that can happen here. The double teleport onto the super minions. Towers are getting low. I Enjoy Losing will be able to tank up the towers just for a little bit longer until the super minions do get there. That'll be the second Nexus tower going down, and 30 minutes into the game, 29 and a half minutes, this will most likely just be the game. Karma gets deleted off the face of the map, and yeah, 29-30 into game number 1. That's going to be Honey BEEsports easily taking game number 1.
Yeah, very nicely played. We talked about it a lot during the match, but good macro, good use of grinding out those plates, and a very interesting counter pick I think we have to highlight here for Over numerousness in the top lane.
Yeah, no, this is, whew, it's a yikes right now. Honey BEEsports just looking like the dominant number 1 team. I mean, I'm pretty sure that knocks out Reapers from playoff contention, regardless of the fact. Yeah.
So even if Reapers win the next 2 games, they're still not going to qualify?
Unless Biostorm drop their game, there is no way for Reapers to. It would basically have to be Reapers need to win the series, Biostorm need to lose their series. That's how this would go. So if they lose the series now, their playoff hopes and dreams are.
Well, we'll have to see if they can pull it out. We will be setting up here for game 2. But first, before we go, we do want to make a quick plug again for our open qualifiers. Upsurge Esports is giving everyone, experienced or not, the chance to compete for a prize pool of $3,000, as well as an opportunity to qualify for Riot Games LCS Scouting Grounds qualifiers. Yes, you heard it right, the Riot Games. This 2-day tournament will be on August 3rd and 4th, but registration is open right now. There's no entry fee and anyone can enter, so strap in and get ready for the Upsurge Esports Open Qualifier. Go ahead and check that out. When we return, we will be hopping into Champ Select for game 2 of Reapers versus Honey BEEsports. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the cast. We are here in Champ Select for Game 2 of Reapers versus Honey BEEsports. Now, you will notice some differences in the orders people have been lined up due to technical difficulties. The teams have opted to do a regular client draft just with their players out of order so they can pick champions in the order they so desire. This will be a regular draft besides that, though, and we're just going to hop right into picks and bans, starting with these three first bans.
Yeah, Karthus, Zyra, Aatrox already taken off the table. Again, focusing Nuez here with that Karthus yet again. Aatrox being taken off the table. They do not want over numerousness to be playing something that snowballs so hard. We already saw the Ezreal, isn't the most meta top pick, and he was able to just snowball the lane there. So imagine him on something like the Aatrox. It's able to eat up a lot of damage and put out a lot of damage with those empowered Qs. It's just something you don't want to see. Draven also taken off the table. They saw how aggressive the enemy bot lane could be on the side of Reapers, and they definitely do not want to give something like a Draven, like a Zyra, over to Mucho, Gosu, and their ADC.
Yeah, now the interesting question here is, do Reapers keep the Ezreal available, given that
Nope.
overnumerousness was really able to pop off? Immediately, Caster's Curse, that will be removed from the table, but Yuumi slips through, and that is instantly locked here for I Enjoy Losing.
Yeah, I mean, Yuumi has had a really good win rate with Ezreal. Another top pick with Yuumi has been the Sivir. That is still left open. Karma going to be taken up again. Mucho Gosu yet again on Karma duty, most likely. We're going to have to see what they pick here. I feel like if you want the highest chance of winning, you most likely just take the Sivir here. There it is. Sivir Karma. Great bot lane, high win rate, and definitely something that you want to play into the Nami, or into the Yuumi.
Yeah, definitely a solid pickup here for Reapers. They have the very strong bot lane secured now. And the question is, do Honey BEEsports want to grab their 80 carry now, secure their bottom lane, or will they try to set it for later and hope that the top picks aren't banned out? Really sort of waiting on this pick here, but that will be the Lucian secured for Baboom. So going for a bit more of an aggressive bottom lane here for Honey BEEsports.
I mean, the thing is, you don't really have that much late game scaling now. Yuumi does well, but Lucian does fall off. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. This is what I
Might be
think it is.
coming out. Yeah, might be the Min Lucian if this is locked in. No, hovering the vein just to make us think about it. Olaf will be locked in instead for Kakagurui.
Now, we still can't rule that out. Low key, this might just be the Huni Lucian top. And then, we see something like the Jinx, like the Caitlyn locked in for Danny Cute Body. You never really know. Kindred being hovered here might be the pick here.
Yeah, Kindred actually are going to be locked in here. So Nuez playing a bit more of a carry-oriented jungler, a much squishier jungler than they're used to, and these two teams really just saying all we want is damage for this draft, as we're going to hop into the second ban phase here, starting, of course, with Reapers.
We definitely expect a lot of top bans coming out here. Mid lane, the champ pool is so diverse, there probably won't be that much. As I say, the Vel'Koz being taken off. They don't want Baboom on that again. Even though, in reality, Baboom didn't have the highest impact in the game. He was able to CS. He was able to keep up. Hence why he was so ahead of RE10. I mean, is it really warranted of a ban? Probably not, as we see, again, top laners being taken off. Camille out of the game, banned out, which we haven't seen that much of Camille. Camille's still, an okay pick. Definitely not the most top tier thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting ban. Not sure the value. The Silas will be taken away as well, despite him being quite weak on this patch. So definitely some, I feel like almost throwaway bans from both of these two teams, as I can't see these champions being that valuable, but there might be a particular top laner that Honey BEEsports have in mind that they're trying to make sure that the counters are banned away, hence the Camille ban. Possibly see more of their strategy here, as the last ban is going to come through and will be the Lissandra taken out of the pool.
Again, another interesting ban to say the least. We haven't really seen much of Lissandra after all the nerfs that have happened to her. They finally touched up Aftershock, and Lissandra kind of just disappeared from the meta. Again, they tend to have the tendency to nerf the champion before they nerf the actual issue, and after the issue is fixed, uh, the champion is kind of just left there to die. Azir locked in again. Uh, whew. We'll see if RE10 is able to have a bit of a better performance here. He was able to knock on Baboom early game, but once that mid to late game came through, there wasn't really much contest. RE10 not able to do much of anything. We see the
Ooh.
Kassadin locked in here. All right, is this going to be the Rage Blade Kassadin? Try to destroy the mana? Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah,
TFT?
yeah, no. The TFT, it's definitely a good idea to get the Void Sorcerer synergies going. You already have the Yumi, who's Sorcerer synergy, as we know, so you got
Yeah,
that going
obviously,
for you. Real
obviously,
talk
obviously.
though, gonna lose the lane early probably here for Baboom, but definitely
Okay.
looking to have this solid late game and the Kale locked in. So there's the Noble Knight strategy coming out.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Kale's an interesting pick depending on what AR decides to pick here. That Kale gets abused really early. Again, we know how much of a monster she can be late game, but my biggest gripe with Kale is that it takes so long for her to scale, but it's almost not worth it. That's going to most likely be Karma top though.
yeah, Karma
And
top into the Kale gonna be
oh,
really scary. If you're talking about champions that can abuse the Kale, well, that's one right there.
I hate Karma. I hate. Oh, jeez. Klepto Karma top. Fun time. Really fun.
Yeah, don't
Enjoyable.
you don't you enjoy giving over like 15 gold every single time you walk up to the lane? I love
Oh
that.
yeah. Especially since you're melee for most of the lane. Oh, gonna be a fun time.
But
Three teleports though being ran for the side of Honey Bee Sports though. They're gonna have a lot of pressure all over the map. Definitely not in lanes unless you are the bot lane here. So I think for the side of Honey Bee Sports, they're just looking to dominate that bot lane and kind of compensate for, the mid and top that will most likely be down in gold by quite a bit.
yeah, really trying to scale this one out, waiting for the Kassadin, the Kale to get their items, and relying on the power of the Lucian Olaf early in order to get themselves through. A very risky composition, I think I would say, from Honey Bee Sports, especially given that they don't have as large of a front line as I think I'd like to see, given that you're running the Kale, the Lucian, and the Kassadin.
But the thing is, you have so much healing coming out from the Yumi. You have the Kale ult. You have Olaf becoming really tanky, as well as Kassadin is decisively tanky. Thing is, on the opposite side, you don't really have a tank. Taric, even like you just can't consider him a tank anymore. He builds so many, supporty items, things like Redemption, like Arden Sensor. The only thing he really builds tank is Locket, maybe a Knight's Vow, if the Sivir is doing well, if the Kindred is doing well. You don't really have that front line that you need. You have a lot of things to deny death, though. You have the Taric ult, you have the Kindred Lamb's Respite, you have a bunch of shields coming out from Karma. So, I mean, there is ways. Again, they've built a composition that spikes really early. They do have some late game for the side of Reapers, but the late game coming out from Honey Bee Sports is just way too strong once they hit around that 35-minute mark.
Yeah, Honey Bee Sports looking to play the long game this time around, really try to get that scaling going. And I think the biggest disadvantage for me from Reaper's composition here is the lack of initiation. What's the go button on this composition? There isn't really a way to set up fights, and you're really hoping that this Karma gets so far ahead that you can split push with impunity. But as we know, the Kale scales, you're not going to be able to do anything to that. So a risky, I think, composition coming out here from Reapers.
And definitely the only engage they have is the Cosmic Radiance with the Sivir ult. And that's about it. That's all you have. I think if you would have picked something like the Hecarim instead, you would have had a lot more engage. You would have been able to abuse Olaf early, and you might have had a chance to even snowball even further in this early game, which is the composition that you've built.
Right. We're going to be hopping into our intermission here real quick, but before we go, we do want to quickly talk about Midwest Esports. They've been around for many years and started as a small student group out of Wichita State University. Since then, Midwest Esports has grown to be a veteran organizer to tournaments and events throughout the US. They host tournaments for games like League of Legends, Rocket League, as well as Overwatch. For more information, check them out at MidwestEsports.com, and don't go anywhere, as when we return, we'll be in game for Game 2 of Honey BEEsports versus Reapers. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the cast. We are here on the Rift for Game 2 of Honey BEEsports versus Reapers. We are a little bit further into the game than we normally are, as there was an early pause for technical difficulties, but we are back already. Standard 5-man fans, so we haven't missed anything, and Reapers now looking at the end of the loaded barrel here for their season dreams.
Yeah, no. Again, now their playoff hopes are not in their hands. Well, kind of. They need to win this series, and then on top of that, they need to hope to God that the team above them loses as well. So, a lot of hoping and praying here. Right now, Honey BEEsports still looking like the top team. It's going to be the stun onto the Yumi, though. That's
actually going to land. I Enjoy Losing takes a ton of damage here and forced to walk away. I was going to say Nua's already got poked out, but that's going to be even more damage. Actually, AFK was actually AFK there. Didn't see Kekiguri walk in until he already hit him with the axe, but in these teams already, lots of really interesting stuff going on here as Baboom walks up for the bit of a trade.
Lucky enough that I Enjoy Losing doesn't really need HP. That's the beauty of Yumi. You can just stay inside your ADC. Kind of saw the T1 clip, if you remember that. Just went AFK as his team won the game, right? Got 5 assists. Hilarious, but I mean, that's Yumi for you. They get the poke off, gets the shield. Yeah, just comes right back. Pokes out for about 70 damage. Level 1 Q.
Yeah, no problem playing the Yumi here. Just able to AFK, throw out a Q every now and again. You pop off, you auto attack, maybe. It's actually Baboom. He's going to take a bunch of damage on the backswing, but trading back quite well, given that he is a melee into the ranged champion that is Azir, who just says no fun allowed if you're melee.
Very fun. But the thing is, Keston does pretty okay. Able to silence him, get the magic damage shield as well. And now we're just seeing the Karma top being Karma top thing. Already up 6 CS. Has the Sly sack of gold as well, just chilling there and waiting. Just gonna be a very fun time here for over numerousness. But again, once he hits those 2 items and once he hits level 11, that's when he starts to, you know, become an actual champion. From there, he's able to do a lot, and that's just gonna be the
Nuez actually forced to draw the execute here under the tower. Got spotted at Raptors by the Olaf. Had to die in order to avoid giving away any gold. So not bad, but a lot of really weird stuff here going on here in the early stages of the game. Is we do have the gank in, tiny Danny Q body trying to get some damage down. Olaf not able to find anything except a little bit of damage from the bot lane.
Yeah, no, not too much lost in that. Kindred able to get the stack though, or able to get the mark. And that's the important thing. Or no, there wasn't even a mark on Raptors. Wait a moment.
You know, that was just the attempted steal from Nuez into nothing. Here comes Kekiguri looking for the axe. Will land onto RE10, but the Kindred is going to be there. They're trying to trade the damage back. The silence onto RE10. He's looking to try and get away. Force the flash away. Kekiguri will fall with his own flash. Takes the first blood.
Yes, Conquer stack.
Kindred. He's trying to sustain through. The flash is well for the Cassidy, but boom! Takes that kill. 2 for nothing there in the mid lane, and all of a sudden, Honey BEEsports out to a great start.
Yeah, no, and then on top of that, he loses the mark at the Scuttle Crab. So this is very dangerous for the side of Reapers. Already down, what, 1,500 gold at this point? This is not really where you want to be in your do-or-die game.
Definitely not, and especially if you look at the top lane. So far, the Kale has a CS lead over the Karma. Obviously counterbalanced a little bit by the Kleptomancy, but definitely trading back as best he can.
I know, again, Karma needs to be poking out here. If not, the pick kind of becomes irrelevant in comparison to the Kale. Most likely expect, you know, something like the Iceborne Gauntlet, those kinds of builds coming out from the Karma, just a bunch of slows. Might even go into something like a Morellonomicon. Who knows at this point? Karma top can go 20 different things and still be a very fun champion to deal with. Still has teleport, sitting on quite a bit of mana here. Again, like you said, 9 CS lead in favor for the Kale. This is pretty massive for her. This is, again, this is not where you want to be if you're Reaper.
Definitely not. And actually, the flash is going to be burned. Mojo Guso trying to get the kill down as the Kindred is in. The slow will land. A flash forward from the Zipper will not lead the Q to connect. GameCube body trying to stay alive just barely, but here comes the execute, and Nuez picks that one up, picks up the mark as well, and actually AFK was ganked on the opposite side of the map, but nothing done there, so Reapers finding something back for themselves.
Yeah, 4 summoners used in that bot exchange. Numerous getting really low here. Infernal Dragon is going to be taken up. Yuumi trying to do something, but again, to Yuumi. Lucian is here though. Full HP.
Yeah, teleport was burned. Danny Q Body trying to interfere with this the best they can. Mucho Gosu very, very low. Nuez as well. They're taking a bunch of AoE from the dragon. They might actually be dying here. Danny Q Body takes the kill on Mucho Gosu, and now they're trying to chase down onto RE10. The slow will land. Ricari goes down. The Kale goes underneath the tower, burning the ultimate, and will get the kill on actually AFK. He dies himself, but meanwhile on the backside, there is going to be the kill back for Boom taking that one. They don't find the Caston. These teams trading back and forth. No one is playing safe this game.
Yeah, this is really bad for the side of Reaper. They get outscaled in every position except for ADC, and they are extremely behind. This is not what you want. Kale ended up getting the trade there, going towards the tier though, which is unless it's a new Kale build that I haven't seen, is quite interesting.
Yeah, the tier they got us now is sitting on a pickaxe as well, so might be a Mana Mune. Can't see the reasoning behind that, but presumably Over Numerousness has thought this through and has a build in mind. And sitting on the CS advantage, got the first kill in the lane, though he died soon afterwards, but did still get the first kill, so looking in a very good spot.
But Boom, eating a lot of damage though. Notice that he went electrocuted instead of footwork, so hence the reason why he's getting poked out so hard. 5 stacks on his Dark Seal though is pretty massive here. Kale is level 6, so he does get the extra.
Here we go around the side. Kakagurui going in. He is unstoppable with the Olaf. Ricari is just dead. Trying to chase down a Mucho Gosu, but I don't think they want to go underneath the tower for it. But they actually will. Kakagurui has no fear. Kakagurui picks up the double kill here. Honey BEEsports have said their focus is bot lane, and they're making it pay off.
Yeah, no, this is
actually the Boom goes in. He's trying to get the damage into RE10, but he will be shoved back away. Nuez is there to try and sustain through, but Boom goes back in, but the shutdown gold is picked up by the Kindred as well as a Mark. Reaper's not out yet.
Yeah, didn't have the cooldowns there. Still a 3k gold lead in favor of Honey BEEsports. But like you said, this is kind of their way back in. They might be able to do something here. Kale will start to get her ranged autos if she's able to auto 5 times in a row. This is where Kale starts to shine just a little bit. She was able to scale up in those early levels, not get poked out to the highest extent. We'll be able to start pushing in waves against the Karma. Does have the CS lead. But again, Olaf, 3-0-1, has shut down on him, but looking towards the bot lane yet again.
Yeah, really wants to make sure the Lucian and the Yuumi are popping off, as the Kale doesn't actually even need the help. Usually in this lane, you're just saying, all I want to do is just survive, not die, pick up whatever CS I can. But in this situation, Over Numerousness actually really taking it back to actually AFK, getting some damage down.
Yeah, I mean, AFK isn't really able to get anything.
Here we go. Bottom lane again. Final chapter is going to be blown. Ricari is the target once more, and I enjoy losing. Picks that one up. Bad day to be a Sivir here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, Sivir's supposed to be this, safe pick, but you're just allowed to farm on. But overextension over and over and over again tends to lead to your death. That's kind of what's happening here. What is it? 14 CS, 15 CS gold lead in the bot lane. That's going to be the Infernal Dragon also going over to the side of Honey BEEsports. They are really cleaning up here. Again, they're just looking like the top-seeded team. Nothing else changes here.
Yeah, definitely not. They're doing quite well for themselves. And even if you look into the mid lane here, which we haven't talked about all that much, but Baboom only 3 CS down into the Azir without fleet footwork. That is so huge. Actually, here we go, talking about the mid lane here. All trying to get some damage down to Nuez. They can't get any more. The Lamb's Respite is going to be good. Nuez flashes away, and a very good Azir is going to get them back under the tower. Kakagurui is not able to take the kill, though, and Baboom cannot follow up. Nuez picks up yet another mark. Electrocute is going to be caught, but Baboom forced to flash away. He might be looking for the Riftwalk to go back in, but will not opt to go for it instead. So that's going to be a kill and another mark for Nuez. This Kindred starting to look like the last best hope for Reapers.
For Baboom, he ends up queuing a minion. He would have ended up killing Nuez there. This might be the play, though.
Yeah, Baboom looking at it is going to be able to get the Q down. Doesn't go quite for the ultimate yet. Is taking some damage, and the Comet takes it. Baboom goes way too aggressively. RE10 picks up that solo kill and will get some tower plating for his troubles.
You know, we're out here and we say, you know, Honey Bee Sports top team. They're looking like the top team, looking all squared up. Only their
Final
bot.
chapter is going to be burned here, but there will be no route to follow up. Oh no, there it is actually at the very end. Rakari is going to take a bunch of damage here. Looks like he will be able to survive the ignite though and get out. So trying to make this play happen in the bottom lane, just as you're saying, how they're making missteps.
Again, Caster's Curse. I swear, it's always the opposite of what you say ends up being the truth. That's the slow one to actually AFK.
Yeah, Kakaguri trying to get in here on the corner. Doesn't have the flash available, and will just get it over the wall. Very low HP. One more undertow takes it. Kakaguri picking that one up. The Karma having a supremely bad day in the top lane when you're supposed to be the premier lane bully.
I mean, the only one having a half decent time is Nuez. Everyone else is kind of losing here. RE10 only up a couple CS here, only up about 8 into a pretty strong matchup for him. And the thing is, Baboom will be able to catch most of this wave. Is stacking the tier as well, so he's going a really late game build here. Doesn't really have much damage. Kakaguri is on a ward though.
Yeah,
might not be able to
spot out the Azir. Actually, Ragnarok is going to be popped, but the Azir simply dashes away. So is going to be able to take the ultimate for his trouble. Nuez now is going to try and contest. The Kassadin is not quite there. Slow is in from the creeping Doom. Nuez trying to get some damage down. Kakaguri trying to trade back, and he does it. And now Baboom is on the backside. He takes the kill on the RE10. DDQ body runs all the way up. That is going to be the Rift Herald secured. Honey BEEsports have their cake and eat it too here as actually Rakari. The culling comes out, and the flash under tower. DDQ body is going to survive here. There is going to be the Yumi stun up, but is going to survive thanks to the Zoomies. Oh my goodness, so much aggression, but Honey BEEsports makes it work.
Wow, that was just very unfortunate for the side of Reapers there.
Takes a bunch of damage here, is going to get a lot of damage traded back. Actually, AFK going for the kill here. This is the ultimate burn. Overnumbers this actually goes in and gets the kill. Barely surviving with the thanks of the ultimate and the celestial blessing. Oh my goodness, and this kill is just now level 11.
Yeah. So this game might be done here. Final chapter.
Ooh, final chapter burn. This is going to be the Lamb's Respite forced out. The Lucian actually runs out of it, though. I Enjoy Losing is all by himself. He doesn't have the Q available, and he does go down. Nuez picks that one up. Even more shutdown gold onto the Kindred. But the Kale is level 11. The tower is falling in the top lane. And Reapers are desperate to find something back.
They're going to try to take mid tower. That's going to be the teleport coming out from the Karma. Shelly able to smash in the top lane. Kale does have teleport, though. With 4 people in the mid lane, and be able to equalize the towers here. Even though it's still first tower in the top lane, they are able to get a bit of gold back. But like you're saying, the Kale has gotten, or not the Kale, the Kindred has gotten a bit of gold in her pocket. Might be able to 1v9 the game. Kindred is the champion to do it. Infernal Drake is coming up in 30 seconds, so this is where they need to be. And this is probably where the game will be, decided one way or the other, is at this.
Yeah, that is going to be the teleport channeled as well from actually AFK, so knowing that they are needed for this dragon fight. And Honey BEEsports, though, so far up already, they have the 5,000 gold lead. They're knocking on the door of the mid lane tower. It's going to be so very difficult in order to take a fight against this composition when they're so far ahead and they have such good AoE initiation here for the team with the Yumi.
The thing is, Lamb's Respite is down for the side of Reapers, so they might not want to take a fight here. They do have the Emperor's Divide, though. So, I don't know, maybe they try to go for it.
Here we go. The Olaf is actually going to find RE10 around the backside here. Stun's going to come through. The Olaf is rampaging through the team. He's trying to get onto Nuez, but he hasn't quite found it yet. Final chapter is burned for no value. Over numerousness is in. He is flashing forward, trying to get the AoE down. He is going to be able to take the 1 kill onto a carry, but everyone else walks away blinking red health bars here. And that is going to be the Infernal Drake taken on the backside, though, of the play.
Oh no, everyone's so low here. This might not be where you want to be here. Kale is at full HP. This might just be the kills onto everyone here.
Slow is going to land. The rest of the team still no health bars, but they're trying to trade back.
Oh my goodness.
Over numerousness, though, just blows up the Azir. And the Q from the backside of I Enjoy Losing will take the kill onto the Kindred. And that's just a lot of greed from Reapers trying to stay and defend that tower that they had to see.
Yeah, this game is looking very one-sided right now. 3 towers to 1. And this game, kind of different than the other. Last game was a lot of macro coming out, towers being taken. This game is just a slaughter fest. 10-kill lead, Kale 4-1. Just look at that damage coming out. Oh my goodness.
And we were talking about this in the lobby before the game, saying how the last game was actually quite good. There was a lot of macro, there was a lot of back and forth. This game, though, like you were saying, complete opposite. There's almost a 10,000 gold lead at 15 minutes in the game. All the Infernal Drakes are spawning. The Kale won the lane. The Kassadin didn't lose the lane. A really good situation to be in. Over numerousness, though, does get shuffled back behind the tower, but Kakaguri is there as well. The Lamb's Respite is forced to be burned. They're trying to keep everybody alive here, and this will be the shutdown gold going through, but Kakaguri is still on a rampage in the backside. He is going to get taken down, but Boom, though, trying to scrape back, but he bit off more than he could chew. The Kindred pick up yet another mark. And here we go on the backside, trying to chase down, but can't find anything else. Honey BEEsports feeling themselves maybe a little too much.
I swear sometimes we just need to stop talking. Every time we've hyped up Honey BEEsports, they just go and throw their lead. Every time we talk down on Honey BEEsports, they go and make an amazing play. Sometimes I question, does League of Legends even need casters at this point? We're just
I mean, we should probably double check. Are we hooked into their mics? Can they hear us right now?
Honestly.
But in reality, it makes sense. Honey BEEsports already up a game in this series. They haven't dropped a game yet, and they're very far ahead. They can afford to make really bad plays like that, and even if they give up kills, if they give up shutdowns, does it matter at the end of the day? Can Reapers find the ability to punish the mistakes? And so far, that answer has been no.
I don't know. Lots of mistakes coming out from both teams, but again, you have Honey BEEsports just capitalizing on everything better. Now the Kale sitting at 3 items, Tier is stacking beautifully, and now we get to see the Kale put on a clinic. The moment she gets those ranged auto attacks going out freely, it is not going to be a good time for Reaper, and they will most likely lose the fight if the Kale is able just to sit in the backline and auto.
It's going to be so difficult to get on the Kale as well, because there's nobody on Reapers who can really dive the backline. The Azir has to put himself in a lot of danger to do it. The Kindred as well. It's going to be so hard to get to that Kale. Unless you can shut down the Kale, that's going to be way too much damage for anyone on the side of Reapers to deal with.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you see the big carries coming out from Reapers, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. The only real person that is even relevant at this point is Nuez. And even at that point, it's questionable to say the least. He's sitting on 6 stacks though, so that is massive. Able to get that last stack, it is going to be a lot of range coming out from him. Sivir ult is used.
Yeah, they're really trying to chase down the Kakagurui, but they can't find anything for it. He is still sitting on the Ragnarok. If he gets into trouble here, and just gets to walk out, now looking for maybe the fight. A good dash away is going to get Danny Q body to safety, and here they go. Lamb's Respite is going to be burned. Everyone is stunned up by the final chapter here. The Olaf is trying to get what damage he can, but he can't do anything, and this will be the Lucian dying, the Yuumi dying, the Olaf dying. Baboom is teleported in, but it's far too little, far too late. Meanwhile, Baboom still on the backside. That will be the one last orb in order to take the kill. Nuez trying to trade back to Kassadin, jumps away. Meanwhile, though, the Kale finished off the kill and actually AFK in the bottom side, and will be able to take this inhibitor tower for free.
And with that Rage Blade, just gonna freely take the unhid. No contest there. I mean, pretty bad fight there coming out. Ooh, is this gonna? No. So pretty bad fight there coming out from Honey BEEsports. But I mean, they do respawn with...
Oh, here we go. Nuez on the backside. Over numerousness. Trying to get away here. Stuck between 2 enemies, can't decide which one he wants to go for, and isn't able to quite get the damage through. Pops the ultimate, does take the kill under a carry, and now trying to trade back. Takes the double kill, actually AFK goes down as well, and the teleport comes through. Danny Q's body is there. A quadra kill now picked up for over numerousness, and they want more. They want to give him this penta. Looking for the crawling projectile. It is going to land. RE10 is going to get the dash away to safety over numerousness. Not getting the penta of his dreams here, but the inhibitor is going to fall, and look at how strong that Kale is.
I don't really know how they come back here. They're going for the play here.
Huge. Actually, there we go. A good start. Danny Q body shoved in the tower, but a minion was there as well, so he didn't immediately take tower aggro. Really looking to try and get out. RE10 takes the crawling projectile on the backside. Looking to try and trade back. Culling is going to be burned. The Kale is there as well. And here comes the final chapter. Rakari might have bitten off more than he can chew. He's going to take too much damage and go down. Danny Q body, though, might be able... He's forced to flash away, but he still does die to the wolf. Nuez now trying to chase down onto the Kale, but can't quite find anything yet. Yeah, overmaneuvers this actually is going to immediately kill him off. And that is actually the surrender vote comes through. That is going to be Reapers giving up and handing the victory off over to Honey BEEsports.
Yeah, there's just nothing that can be done. Kale 11-2-5, one of the best late game scaling champions in the game at this point in time. There's just nothing to be done. Just an insane gold lead 20 minutes into the game. I mean, what can you really do? Reapers kind of just got a crappy matchup to end the regular season. They are eliminated from playoff contention, which is unfortunate. But on the bright side, Honey BEEsports looking like the top seeded team in the Infernal Division and even in the tournament altogether. So they will be facing most likely Biostorm here, unless they're able to knock off this week's opponent. It'll either be SBU Gold or Biostorm that they face. But Honey BEEsports just looking like a monstrous team and something that I don't know the other teams might be able to deal with. Maybe Lotus Black, that's also sitting at 6-0.
Yeah, and we saw just how deep their roster goes as well. They were able to play slow, a macro-oriented game. They were able to play fast and loose. They played scaling. They've played early game. It doesn't matter what you give them. Honey BEEsports has somehow managed to come out on top. So definitely looking like the top seed here, and I think they're going to be the team to beat going into playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, again, they have yet to lose a game through 7 weeks. That is just a testament to how strong of a team they are. My only concern with them is what happens when they lose that first game. Do they crumble? Do they, turn to nothing and lose the series? Or will that make them even stronger? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, we will have to see at the end of the day, but for now, at the very least, they can revel in that hard-earned victory, that very well-played victory, and that is going to be it for us tonight on the cast. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. From all of us here at the broadcasting desk, as well as Upsurge, thank you for tuning in, and as always, have a great night.